I'd call the meeting to order. And the public comments. If not, approve the agenda or amend.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Approval of minutes from the June 4th regular meeting and primary election canvass.
I motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Yes. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Carla, do you want to just go down and pick some off for a little while?
Okay, some of these, number 2 in the items for action or review by board is just a request to transfer the opt-out money. Need approval to do that.
I so move.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded to transfer the first half. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried.
I received a request from the RCG&E Railroad for a letter of support for a grant that they are submitting, and there is a copy of the letter and information in the packet.
How deep is it? Is it above this shit?
Well, I still haven't found it yet.
Probably down quite a ways because all the,
Above the tabs?
You find it yet, man?
should be right under the opt-out. And the letter looks like this. That's the county letterhead.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's the opt-out.
I got
There it is. You see it, Tom?
all right. Here's the opt-out, isn't it?
Here you go.
Oh,
I think this is it.
Thank you.
Get the wrong one.
This guy called me up and he said he was too late for the board meeting, and so this was just personally that I thought it was all right. Not laying it on the board. So they're talking about the line from Fort Pierre to Midland.
Did you hear anything about it, man? This thing about this either. You can get the new. They replacing the bed or just the rail itself?
I think they're gonna put the high-speed rail on it where it's welded together, so I suppose they'll do work prior.
Jeez.
I don't know how they're gonna hold it
This
on
is
that
Fort Pierre to
shale.
Phillip, huh?
Yeah. Keep the shale from moving.
So that railroad's 100 and some years old. The one that's there now.
Well,
It probably needs updated. So, I don't know. This is the first I've heard of this one though. Says it'll. It says the new one will only go 10 to 25 miles per hour though.
what's the old one go? got that. It's 10.
Maybe 10, I don't know. Don't go very fast.
I know this guy said he had his wife with him and he got over this way and wanted to take a picture of it, so he got on the other side of it. Took the picture and then waited for it to go by to get back to his pickup, and his wife said, I see why you want to do this.
So they're
It
just,
says East River that they can go up to 40 miles an hour. In this area, it's 10 miles an hour.
actually, this says between Midland and Pier on here, doesn't it? For this
Yeah.
one here.
Well,
And this one here is from Rapid City through Phillip. I don't. Must be more than one project, huh?
Well, I guess I would support any
Yeah.
of the rail system.
I would too.
So do you need a motion on that?
No, I just want you to be aware that they had contacted us and Tom had signed a letter that they can act.
Just so they can apply for a grant,
Yeah.
right?
The Central South Dakota Enhancement District sent their 2021 agreement. This year, the membership fee is $6,359.79. I need a motion and a second to sign the agreement.
What was it last year?
Yeah, I wrote it and I can.
I'd make a motion to do it again.
I'll second it.
There was 10% increase. I
most,
think it was a 10% increase, which is not a big deal. That was 2019, CPI. 2020, it was 60. Right? That I have to come back to, but what they do with it. Because they're working with the, what they say, $331,000 budget.
We need to sign it right there.
235,000 of it goes to salaries. Another 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 goes to other expenses for budget, salaries. Right. So that leaves 30,000 if it anymore. Right. Officer 15.
sorry, this is more discussion, so you're saying they don't even have a budget to work with?
Well, I mean, they do, but
I mean, it bleeds it
I
down.
don't know what else they do. I wish they had a breakdown of what they've done for the counties, how much has been.
Like, the last one I remember was they got the grant for Midland for when they capped that artesian well, and that was over 500, what was it, Steve? $1 million? It cost to cap that well. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it adds up, pretty fast.
I bet it don't, funny, they don't show that, they don't show the work that they've done.
Yeah.
I know a lot of their work is through Ranford County cities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Updating the emergency management mitigation plan every 5 years. That's been getting grants, looked into grants for that. And,
But with what you read, it doesn't show that they have the money to do that?
Well, the people, they have a lot of staff that's all they do all day is try to write up grants for like the city of Midland or the city of Phillip or Haakon County. That's all they do. Some of those people, you know.
Like the Deadwood grant that we got for the windows, they helped me fill out the application and made sure everything was there and correct, because they've done it enough, they knew what is needed.
And that David
I remember.
Reese is the director now. He's pretty.
And that might be something to bring up to him too, is that he might put out a spreadsheet like that in the future, because that is kind of a good point, Steve.
Well, I
You'd
mean,
like to see,
what are they actually doing?
Yeah.
If you're paying somebody
well, like I said, you
$300,000.
know, like, we got help with the grant for the windows we had for the drum, but like say,
Amanda, I have that written down. Would you get a hold of them and give us a breakdown of what they've done in this county?
Or even across the state, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah,
they list these counties, you can show us what they've done.
yeah, state and county.
And just what they've done for the Haakon County would be
Yeah.
the biggest thing, I think.
Yeah. I know, I realize they got this, policy handbook and stuff like that.
I think right now they're working on the COVID reimbursements, all that.
There's been a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. You hand that to Carla, please. I did signed it once.
TC Energy interview,
That's the one that you guys had approved, before about they were wanting to ask maybe one of the commissioners some questions about community involvement. I didn't know where we were at.
I volunteered, and then I kind of seen one at their ad, and I kind of backed out of it. I didn't know what you guys think, but I'm not interested in interviewing it. The one I seen was how much they did for this city with what they donated or did. I didn't know if I wanted to get involved with, there's protesters and yada yada, so sure open for discussion.
They were wanting more commissioners to do an interview with them.
Yeah, they'd asked me if one of you guys to. I guess I didn't know if you wanted that where they maybe are getting geared up, if it's a good idea to be in the spotlight or not. But I guess it's good. Before it was like many months ahead of time, so. And now they're getting pretty close.
They'll got shut down again now, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, they're gonna be here. later.
I understand.
Not what I've been hearing.
Oh, really?
I hear a little too, but not for the public.
So I didn't know what you guys' feelings were on it, it doesn't make a difference in one way or the other.
But they are gonna be here later, so we can ask them some
Yeah,
questions
but-
maybe, or?
I don't know, the people that are coming aren't directly involved in it.
Per usual. We'll ask.
I don't know, all I know is the security guy told me Friday night that, you know, these last 2 train car loads of pipe come in every week, they're done for
And that was the security that I understood too.
that's because they got all the pipe here for this area.
Yeah.
And then they're moving on down to the next area.
He said there's one third done for the northeast. He said. But you hear all kinds of stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
last I heard, they're still gonna try doing the bore in 15 miles. To the pump station. That was this morning.
So, I told them I would let them know if you wanted to proceed with it or not, so.
Might be better to stay completely out of the spotlight, probably.
What do you think, Gary?
I don't think it matters one way or the other, really. I just forget about it. I don't know how we could help or hurt or either one. So I just forget about it.
You got a thought, Mike? Same way?
Yeah, I guess I don't really have a lot of opinion on it one way or the other on this. You know, they have done a lot for the community. There's a couple of the churches and everything, and they are real supportive, but like I say, I'm not sure that we're just gonna be on that.
No? So be it.
At this time,
Yep, that's
not-
correct.
Not that we might not be open at a later time.
Guess that could be stated.
Yeah.
I'll just tell them I'll forego the interview for now. Okay.
2 years from now when they start again.
What number are we on now, Tom?
6.
Number 6?
Okay, the library received a refund for supplies that they ordered, and they would like to return it to their budget, so I just need a motion and a second. If that's acceptable.
Okay, it was just some items that were returned and they got a credit on it and just put it back.
They
in
actually
the
sent them a check back for the amount.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the transfer. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Also, when we received a check for the grant for the security items that the sheriff had submitted the grant for, it was receipted into the general fund, the sheriff's security equipment grant. But we paid it out of the courthouse building fund, so Toby wants us to transfer the money from the, basically it's just moving your money from one fund to another. He wants us to transfer the cash from the general fund into the courthouse building fund to show where we paid it out of. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I follow.
Now, we had to receipt it into the general fund because it was the sheriff's grant, but it was actually used out of the
The
courthouse
courthouse.
building, so it needs to go from the general fund into that.
How much was it?
$22,000.
$77, okay.
How did Toby catch that?
We
just
actually,
asked him.
yeah.
I'd so move to move that cash.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Approve, same sign. Motion carried.
Did we do the library one already? Must have one. Okay.
Wrong one. If she goes there.
Number 11, the treasurer's postage budget review. I just wanted to let you know, her postage budget is over. It's not going to affect her overall budget, but part of it, she ordered envelopes that were postage paid, and she intended it to come out of supplies, but instead it was put into postage, so it didn't take it over. But she has used a lot more postage this year because she's received a lot more taxes by mail, so she had to mail out the receipts to people. So just trying to keep track of the things that happen in budget-wise.
So is it the state's business or ours? where she took it out of?
It's ours mainly. I just wanted you to know because.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because unless it affects her overall budget
Oh.
and she goes over that, which I don't think she will. But I just wanted you to be aware that there is one of her budgets that is over. Partly because of all the extra mailing she's been doing. And then the WIC contract, the state sent me a letter. They have increased the amount of payment that they give to the counties. I think I put it in your. Anyway, they sent an amendment for the auditors to sign, but they recommended that I have the commission approve the amendment to go with the signature.
Clear down or whereabouts?
It's quite a ways down. Here's my copy, here's what the increase was. I have
Rooms.
I'm not seeing it yet. You see it, eh?
it. It should be right at the treasurer's budget sheet, and then it should be, I think, right under that.
How deep did you?
This is basically.
What is it called anyway?
Well, it's two that are together with her, so it's something stapled.
Here's mine if you want to look at it.
Go ahead,
This is
Gary.
what the increase is.
Carla, I'm sorry.
I have a copy. I don't know. But there's
They don't, but,
I'll send you.
well, you guys are on your own.
What's that?
You're on your own.
I don't see it. Nick hasn't found it.
I don't think I got it.
Maybe not. Sometimes when I'm.
I didn't see it.
Somebody might get two and somebody else gets one.
This is one.
There's the resolution.
Nick,
Yeah, that's
it's Carlos.
the way.
Okay.
I don't think it's in my pile.
Yeah.
I intended to put it in, but it would be right under that. And that.
See one.
It's Carlos.
What is it, a 2% increase? I think
Yes.
So you just want us to, you need a motion to approve this?
To approve the amendment to the contract.
Are you guys all right with it?
I don't know if Mike's seen it.
Nick, are you all right with it?
Basically, they're going to reimburse more than the original contract stated for the WIC.
Well, they're looking, what days is Heidi in her office?
Yeah.
Fart in the skillet. The fart in the skillet. I mean, you gotta listen.
Yeah. Did you hear Jerry? Mentioned to me that they can't get that new thing to work.
Well, number 13 don't look too bad when we get there.
Get it to do anything.
Really?
What do you call
All
it?
number 13, did you do a motion for the WIC contract?
No, Mike was looking.
Yeah.
All number 13 is we did receive money from the May flooding from 2019 May. We received $79,960.36. If you want to look at the copy of the check, copy it now.
Hold on.
Is there a motion for the WIC contract?
I'll make a motion that we approve of the new contract.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign, motion carried. No. Oh, she's busy.
But we did the automatic supplement for the library.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
Okay. I didn't know if we did.
Oh, good, it's not me.
So that check was from FEMA, is that right, or?
Some of it was state money and some was policy.
Are you close enough to
Yeah.
the corner?
Yep.
One thing I don't know, did we, that letter of support for the railroad? Did you need a motion?
No.
Okay, you just need, you don't,
Just
okay.
needed to make sure that it was noted that you reviewed it and you're okay with Tom signing it.
Okay.
Okay, I have a hearing for the supplement to the coroner's budget. For $3,000. The only thing is, we're going to have to add a little to that because shortly before we did the bills, we received another bill for the same individual on the same, on top of it, yeah. So the 3,000 isn't quite enough. We'll put that in and it'll still be over like $81 and
So we need how much more for it?
I need another $81.98 to make it comparable. But we can do that in contingency and then, yeah, if that's what you want to do.
I just left right there until you see where, yeah, shoot that more. Right?
Yeah, you could, that's true. But I do need a motion for this supplement that is on the table right now.
And so move for the $3,000 supplement to the coroner's budget.
Motion has been made and seconded to supplement the coroner budget. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. I think the TC guy's here, I think.
Fred's here too, Tom.
Oh. I heard him out there, but I didn't really see him.
Yeah, so good, maybe they want to come in together.
Well, he sure wants to listen, probably.
I'll just keep this chair.
There's two chairs. You bet.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. It's good to see you all again. Long time no see.
Right.
Is it
Well, when was it last time we met? I forget, so,
Last year.
a year ago.
Yeah.
Is it like Mutt and Jeff, or how's it work?
No, Just busy. I mean, I'm covering Montana and South Dakota, so I'm very busy.
Grab one, Gary.
And where they're
Just put it on here for a minute.
changing scope, it really puts different pressures at different times. So and depending on what's happening. So. And that's what we're here to discuss today. A little bit. Trevor's going to touch on that, and I'm here to get these this certificate recorded so that we can prepare a warranty deed to West Central for the substation. So that's where we're at.
Is there just one in Haakon County?
Are we called to order everything?
Yeah. Very good.
All right.
Whenever
Trevor, you
it
wanna-
is.
I can kick us off. I just want to introduce myself. I'm Trevor Jones with TC Energy. I work with Glenn, but I'm in the Government Affairs Office. So I'm brand spanking new. I was lucky to meet Amanda and Tracy, and they provided us the information. I think Glenn's going to go over that is really specific, obviously, to Pump Station 18. So I just want to introduce myself, and hopefully working with the sheriff and other folks in your guys' county provide good information, as the project moves along. And when you have questions, certainly you can always route them through Glenn or myself. We're obviously part of a team, so we're going to try to get the best information you can. It might require me calling around to the various division itself of TC Energy to get the right answer for you, but we're going to do our best to get good information flow back and forth to you so you feel informed.
What's your turnaround time on phone calls?
Immediate.
Okay. No, I should have done it that way.
Yeah, you give me a call, I'll call you right back.
Well, I called you twice, but it wasn't handy for you to call back, so I didn't leave it, so I should leave it that way.
Definitely leave a message.
Or I'll
Yeah.
text you.
Text me, yeah. If Amanda gave you my number, and hopefully you have it, call me
And I'm the
anytime.
same way.
speak
I've left my card there as well. I mean, anytime you have a permitting question, concern, I work closely with Valerie and Jerry at the road department on the approaches and things pertaining to the roads, the haul route agreement, things of that nature. So I work a little bit closer with your road department. And Taylor, before Trevor had came in, I know that Taylor was probably contacting the county to give them updates periodically. Does Taylor's name ring a bell?
Tim probably. Tim and then
Tim,
They've
right?
been with Tim.
Okay.
And Lauren, yeah, Tim and Lauren.
Tim and Lauren. So,
And hopefully Amanda too has my email too, so if for whatever reason you don't get me via cell phone, certainly you can email me as well and go from there. I have my phone with me all the time to leave a message. It might just be I'm out of coverage and that's why I didn't answer it.
Is the pump station going in this year yet? Still, or is that
Yes.
the plan? Is that what I've kind of said?
yes, and the township that is in north of. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm speaking out of turn there. I'm still in Jones County right now. So we're on Royer
Road.
Oh, Royer Road there.
Yes, pump station 18 off of 34.
South of it, yeah.
So you've more than likely seen some pipe hauling up to pump station or pipe yard 15. That has been scaled back. They were looking to advance into pipe yard 16, 17, but that's been scaled back. I think they fully racked 15, and then they shifted gears onto pump station 18. That really wasn't in the scope. We were looking at doing some work in Hardin County and pushed that off, and since I believe it has, correct me if I'm wrong, the portion that we're doing in 2020, I believe, doing more work over here, coincides with, all culvert work that's happening is happening right in this area this year, so.
So I understand they couldn't use the 11-mile pipe yard, one on 11-mile road down here.
And to tell you the truth, I don't know specifics on that as far as why that was, scaled back. I know one thing, it's definitely a wet area. And that may have had something to do with the need to, look at what could be done to, alleviate that concern as far as the lay of the land, I guess you would say, and what it holds water and, what can be done there. And that's my knowledge, but
So most of the pipe up to
11 Mile Road, if that might not even be the one. 11 Mile Road, we already have a fence.
yeah, this fenced and
This intermission brought to you by. No, 11 Mile Road, we have, that pipe yard is fenced. They've seeded or they sprayed and silt fenced. We've upgraded that road. I just think it's just a matter of they scaled back to work on the pump stations, and I believe that they've gotten in the pipe that they want to bring in at this time.
to do the northern part of the county.
Right. So, Trevor, if you have any additional information on where we're at on that, but at this time, we're wanting to get this substation a warranty deed created to transfer a piece of the property that's owned by TransCanada in fee. We're wanting to transfer out a lot to West Central for the substation that's going to power the pump station. So to do that, they, prepared this Mylar that has all the pertinent information and the calls and what's being transferred, that we can prepare a warranty deed. We have to have a certificate number to prepare a warranty deed to transfer. So that's the reasoning for today's meeting, is to get the county's approval on the certificate of survey that we can transfer.
So you're looking to transfer that lot one to
Yes, to West Central.
Did you look at it, Tracy?
Yep,
Does
I
it look
did.
all right?
Yep, it's good, and I just told him we needed to get the highway certificate, but
This is the
How's that gonna
Additional-
affect the landowner? Is it,
They
They're
are
the
the landowner.
okay, so it is your land then?
yes, sir. And on the document, the description is, it matches everything on the Mylar, including the above ground lease that we have here for the 3-valve cluster. So, we included everything as far as what's being recorded, all the property description information is included on this document as well.
yeah, everything looks good to me, so this.
Well, she's the one that it's gotta get by at the end.
I'll make a motion to accept this resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the transfer. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carried. Slam dunk.
Thank you, sir.
Almost.
You gotta sign it.
You gotta sign it though, probably, huh? Maybe.
So, do you have a permanent marker for the
Now
plat?
we talked to her.
I do not.
Amanda can find one, I'm sure. Those regular ink pens are just not a good idea on Mylar. They are hard to show up, they smudge off, they erase.
I
They're
think
just-
Carla comes up with a special pin, or you send it over. You stick around, make sure I get
I
it
can
in
go
the right
grab
place.
Take this off here. And your portion would be,
Been quite a project so
this
far.
would be the
so-
county,
Chairman.
Yes, I'm
county
so
auditor
new.
there, and then chairman,
Yep.
yes.
Lucky
Chairman,
to
County
answer
Commission.
my email correctly, so far so good.
Where are you from?
I live in Pier. I live in Pier. I was born and raised in South Dakota, so lived most of the last 17 years.
City boy, that's what I was gonna say, city boy.
I worked for the Department
Sure,
of
he has a
State.
question.
Is there another?
No, I know they did not make
It
paper,
is
or did they make paper? No. I've got,
out of our,
Can I have it up here? I need him to sign it.
It's
right.
8.51
And then this
acres
is
total.
strictly by the jury.
You talking about
We
full
have to
pump
sign that
station?
one.
Yeah. It's 8.5. Yep.
So, yeah.
.47 is.
And then if you want to sign here,
That's just for our record.
that's the resolution. What do you need?
I was gonna hand this to Fred. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, to my knowledge, yes. Brian Bortmaker, you're in contact with Brian? Yeah, so he would be the contact, if there's a new series, if he mentioned it.
Back to Carla.
I'm glad you walked it over and slam dunked, and you're seeing exactly, and no, they can get down
In this
there.
area.
Yeah. They just have to get everybody else's signatures, but
Can I go ahead and sign
yeah,
it
you
up?
can go ahead and sign it.
How long did you have to work at it?
Yes, this is almost like an easement.
Very long.
And it's all
No,
gonna be
it's just a matter of tweaking a couple
It's
things.
all 3 days, it's all
Nothing serious.
You know, from our.
So I
Tracy, you want the seal on here too, or does it make any difference?
Yeah, you'll want to seal, there's a spot, isn't there?
If no other reason, just bring it.
Right here. Are you supposed to seal it at there? I think you need to.
Fill that in.
Yeah, and then just seal it here somewhere, it'll be fine.
Jesus. At least I didn't notice it.
Trevor, you said you live in Pier?
Live in Pier, yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's good to get out of there now and every now and then, so I don't mind coming
You
coming
either gotta
west.
be a fisher or a politician.
Yeah. Yes, there's,
Part-time both. let's
they
say.
had and that's something that, if that's something that you want to.
So did they give you an office in
Maybe this will
Capitol?
be their go ahead.
Something else.
Take off,
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
to get going.
yep. I spent a lot of time in the Capitol.
Yeah,
my own
they
job,
won't
not
need it
this
till
job. I work right out of my house.
Until all of those.
I know that they're gonna have.
Well, once I'm holding it up again, you might be on for a while.
Since they start up, maybe it's.
Pays the bills.
Oh, another guy thought it really paid him,
Doing that.
and nothing was going on.
I don't know if it's a good for us.
Paying
Do
you
that north stretch for us for
Then
now.
Yeah, he's out of Montana,
It's kinda hard to
but
say.
something,
Yeah.
Contractors.
good enough guy.
Good.
Yeah, he come here quite a few times.
So, hopefully, you know, the evening I'll come down easy, because it's a pretty quick trip for me.
No, he was, yeah.
As opposed to him, it'll be a little bit longer trip. For me, it's nothing. I ran this road quite a bit when I lived in Rapid City, went to Pierce, so I lived in Rapid City for 10 years. Ran this road with Loudon, Slade Ross.
I think Christie knows.
Derek Fenner was a trooper before that.
Oh, you met him?
I know him well. Yeah. Yeah. I met him for coffee and donuts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, so,
I don't know if I got the last one, Tracy. This one? Or which,
yeah, that needs to be signed by Jerry.
see, okay.
Is, he normally is here?
He will be coming in, I'm sure.
Oh, okay, so we'll leave that,
There's two, you want to send both of those?
yes, because we would like to have one as well, yeah. And, we can receive that once, you know, this gets all the signatures needed, because the, let's see, we still need the treasurer, director of equalization, and then the register of deeds. So we still need 3 more signatures to that to go around. Who would I need to help, assist me in?
Treasurer's right next to
There you
her.
You're right.
So I can just go around to,
The directly's like, right over there. Just on the side of the hall here.
Tracy's back behind you.
Yeah, but I'm the last one to get it.
No,
Got
he's
it.
wondering how to get to the other signatures.
Oh, okay.
and if there is the director of equalization or
She's not in today. I'm not sure if she'll be in before 5 or not. She's out doing field work today, so I don't know about her. But treasurers are next door, and Jerry's not here today, so.
We left him right here.
Okay.
We left him right here.
Okay.
what do you feel would be the best way to,
Len's leaving you the check. I'm so new, didn't give me money.
There's a number on the door if you call it, she'll try to.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
If she's close, it'll work, and if she's clear out, it'll be a different time.
okay,
Okay.
that's not a problem.
Transfers to it. So,
I'll just put all this together, and I'll maybe just go out there and visit Jerry and Valerie. It's just right up the road here. If they more than likely at the shop.
Jerry might not be.
That might be worth a phone
I
call
don't know.
too.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he'll be out there. He might be.
The treasurer's right in the office right next to her.
Yeah, I'll get the treasurer now, and then is there anything else that the commission would like to discuss regarding this year's activities?
Not really, just other than you are gonna lay some pipe this year up here, in our county, I mean. Is that what you said?
Wanna-
Yeah, the plan would be up, certainly the pump station for sure that we're talking, that's one of the primary projects that we're looking at starting here real soon. And then also the project where some drilling, which would be even farther north than the pump station, which would be right near your county line now. Those are 2 activities that we're primarily looking at the moment.
so with this new judge's ruling, does that shut that down for that meeting?
Nope, at the moment, we're still moving ahead.
Limited scope
Yep.
for this year.
How many people are you entertaining for the pump yard, pump station?
I don't know an exact number, but I'm thinking that you're probably looking at 150 people maybe. There's gonna be some heavy hauling in there. They're gonna, when they bring in the VES and EES buildings, they're gonna be on, big trucks with multiple axles. I think they're 10K per axle. So I think they're huge. They got rear steers on them. So they put more axles on there to adjust for the permitting side of hauling on state highway, federal highway. So that would probably be the main thing that's coming in as far as why we did the road upgrades to handle those heavy loads. So I think there's going to be three trucks coming in, 4. We'll have an excavator that has to get that off those trucks. So and they have to haul that excavator in as well. So I believe it's going to be four big haulers bringing that stuff in. Other than that, you're just going to have the contractors, coming in and out of that area. So yeah, that's about all that I know at this time. As far as activity, you're going to see a spike in activity.
What about the power lines to those stations?
Power lines to those stations we put in once. That's what we're doing here today, is to get survey recorded that we can transfer a warranty deed. And then the electric company will be coming in and putting in their services to power it up. I think they're also...
This year or next year?
That more than likely will be this year. I mean, they're going to be working there. They're going to need power. I think they're setting temporary power, and then I think they'll have their own high power. I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll be 3-phase power that'll power the site once it's up and running. They'll remove the temporary and start working off of what they put inside the fence and the substation, which
They've upgraded the substation like at Mortaleros. I think that might be a reason to north of town.
I think the poles have been sitting out at O'Connell's for a few years now.
And there's a bunch over at Murdo too. A whole bunch of reels of wire and stuff.
That's probably for pump
Get some
station
age to it.
19.
West Central's got a lot of work. A lot of work.
Yeah, they do.
It's gonna be a big project just now.
Yeah. I mean, I've been working with Kit for over a year now, and it's finally, came to a point now where, it's go time. So we're moving poles, and you'll see West Central's activities increase in the area too. We requested power pole relocations, things of that nature. Preparing for mainline construction next year. So, and that's something that I'm doing across this whole project. So, I mean, like I said, if you need me, you call me. I'm going to return your call, return your email.
I can't remember, we figured that one time, and that pump station will take just about as much power as what it takes to run everything that West Central does right now. They almost equal to that.
One of them. There's going to be two of them in West Central.
Yeah.
Triple in the usage.
Yeah, the other is in Jones County.
But the same co-op.
Yes. But we're excited, and we hope that you are as well. And feel free to reach out to me, Trevor, or I guess is there another? Is it Mike? You said that there was another. Is there no other?
I mean, government. No. So security would be Brian Gormick, who the sheriff's obviously real familiar with. So
Yes.
yeah.
So you have cards. If you need us, feel free to call us anytime. And I just talked to the sheriff. He's in contact with Brian Gortmaker. He's got a meeting with him here within the next week to discuss. And he's going to be getting those numbers from Brian. If you want to follow up with the sheriff when he talks to Brian about security and amount of people. And I'll find that out as well, and I can follow up.
How's your man camp doing up here up north of town? Is it about, where is it at as far as completion,
I've not been up there. I'm getting ready to drive up there, to tell you the truth. I've not, I attended the kickoff meeting, and then they shut everything down. And I've been on, calls, but I've not been up there to look and see for myself. But I think everything's going as planned.
They got a lot of the pipe laid, they got a lot of poles set. The Central Electric's been up there working about every day lately, but they got a lot of poles set. All their sewer lines, water lines and stuff. Pretty much out of Hanson's yard now up there, aren't they? You've probably been up there too, haven't you, Nick?
A little bit. Yeah, it's like
How far is it from the highway to the west end of that field?
Half a mile. It's 80 acres, I think, up there.
Yeah. But that's about all I know to share at this time.
Okay. Well, hope you get something done. Well, the weather's still good.
Well, we're working on it. And thank you so much for the approval of this, that we can continue moving forward. Thank you so much.
And well, the COVID's here.
I ain't worried about no COVID. My creditors are worried about COVID more than I am.
No, I mean, it's gonna work.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Nice to meet everybody.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Look forward to working with you. See ya. Be sure.
All right.
Thanks, Glenn.
Yes, sir. We'll see y'all soon.
Yep, see ya.
This is Glenn Taylor, right? That was the guy who's left now. He said he was in charge of those 2 states.
Do you want the custodial report? I'll give you the custodial report. Oh, she does too.
She around?
No, she's not gonna be here today.
Oh,
But, shed, I guess we just gotta decide on that, what size of shed we want, exactly where we wanna put it. If that one, Mike doesn't have any sheds up there right now, so you'll have to build it anyway. So we kinda go with whatever we want. The other thing, I think you had in here, estimation on, from rims on getting that,
I've seen that.
I guess, said that you haven't had problems in the past. Since we did have problems last year, I think we should go ahead and fix it. It's gonna be $2,738 to fix that. That would bring it up to ground level and everything, or something we wouldn't have to worry about again. What's that? 738. That would be the parts, labor, travel. Then we put a grade level 5-gallon spill bucket in there, no drain, lid, 4-inch tank riser, nipple, fill cap, adapter, inside nipple, concrete pad around the manhole of about 30 by 30 inches. Dispose of the fuel and water that's in that spill bucket now, if there's any. That's something Nancy's had to try to just vacuum out with a shop vac in the past. We shouldn't have that
This is
issue
for the fuel tank underneath the ground.
again. And then Carla got a new quote on it in June here, so to update the quote, so it'd be good to go on that.
Is that gonna cause any trouble for where that shed might go?
No, we'll go south of that. And come out right on south of it, and then come out to the east with the shed, right into the alleyway. Anyway, that's where I think we ought to put the shed, because it'd be kind of out of the way there, and it'll be still on that humpy, and there is water,
Spigot that runs underneath it.
what's that?
A spigot that runs out from the.
Well, I think they'll have to change one sprinkler head there. And then there's I think the drain tube for the roof here goes out underneath that, but it comes out below that grade level. So this would be keeping it up. We put it just on the south side of that RE8 hole that's there, kind of on the southeast corner of that.
So with that, where that comes out down there, does that limit the length of the structure?
No.
Okay.
So we can decide whether we want to go with or 12 by 18, I think was what somebody suggested last time. Yeah, with a roll-up door, and then we'll have to build a ramp on it, kind of come up from there, and then gravel down to the ramp all the way down to the posts that are there, the guardrail posts. We'll have to pull one of them probably and go out to the alleyway from there.
You mentioned those two. She talked to me about the Serval contract level.
Right, that was another that she is going to serve all with what we're doing with them. She's going to a couple of different places and just getting bids on having everything done out of one place, like Hardland or Serval or whoever.
Mop heads to whatever.
Right. So she's gonna come back to us with a bid on, I think, from Hardland on something like that.
With her, for lack of better term, straightening things up, inventory, she's really long on some things that she won't have to buy for a long time, where others are shorter. So it sounded positive in getting bids.
And that was pretty much all that she had was the shed, and then she didn't know exactly where we wanted to put that. Like I say, Mike's out of sheds right now, so it'll be a little while before he could have one built if we go ahead and approve having one built. And I don't know what we did with that brochure that I brought last time. Well, I brought one before that to the meeting. I don't know if I kept one or not.
Please want to do these ladies while we're waiting.
What's that now?
You want to do these ladies while they're waiting?
At 2 we were
Was it 2?
we got into Mike.
Okay.
Oh, I did. Okay, I guess an 8 by 16 is what we looked. It was 8 by 12 and 8 by 16, and which would be $1,800 plus, I think, got to add on for the roll-up door. Yeah, $200. So it'd be $2,000 for a 8 by 16 shed. And then the other thing that she's already talked about doing with the shed that we already have there is put a lot of the stuff that's just storage stuff in the basement out there, so it isn't cluttering up the basement. I mean, there was everything from desks to old chairs to doors and stuff like that that we could get that, we don't really use, but we don't want to get rid of. So we've got them there if we want to replace something that she has them, but we could at least get that basement kind of cleaned up too.
There's a lot of snow shovels and things.
Well, that she could put all in our new one.
What's the
have
difference in
basically
price
a
between the
whole-
smaller one and the bigger one? The shed?
So the price difference, those price difference between the 8 by 12, $400.
No, not much for the extra
18.
feet.
Hmm?
Not
Might as well
much
go
for
with
the
the
extra
$1,800
feet,
one.
the difference.
Right.
And then for a roll-up door, it's another 200, it's just 2,000.
Well, is there more discussion on the shed?
I'm all right with it.
One, two. Need a motion to get the shed or order the shed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so as well.
I'll make a motion, I guess.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion's been made
8 by 16.
for a shed, yeah,
With
the
the
8 by
roll-up door
16.
for 2,000.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
I imagine Ken knows, but the other day when we came by, the one sprinkler head out here on the north edge of the street it was spraying the street, not the grass. It was spraying the sidewalk and the street.
Take that out of her wages.
Which one's this?
Sign right on that line over
Moses?
there. Yeah.
And did we,
Signature,
we
okay.
approved the little cement 30-inch steel too, right? All in one motion?
What's that?
Oh, fixing the
Fixing the
fuel tank.
the decking. Did we do that all in one
Yeah,
motion?
separate.
You want to do it separate?
Yeah,
Okay.
still need to do that.
There you go.
Thank you.
So now the fuel tank repairs.
I'd so move to fix that fuel tank.
Motion made and seconded to get it repaired. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried.
Carla, do you want to go all the grams in and?
Yeah, we can do that morning.
For the bid.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, it's 2:00, Carla. We just will discuss proposed changes. And I guess, I don't know, how long we want to go. It looks like quite a few people. Guess I'll wing that for a little bit. How this started out was when I asked about it, it was when Amanda come in with her child, and I come in and talked to Carla, and after she said it, I kind of knew it too. It was necessary for Amanda to be here with the election. So that's how the whole thing kind of got started from me.
But I think what everybody would like to know is, did you have a complaint, or was there a problem or an issue with that? Is that what prompted this, or just with you and Amanda being here? What are your concerns?
My concern was and I didn't voice them at the time, but when this come up, I come in to talk to you one day, and I didn't have a problem with the kids, but I come by here, one kid was on the floor, so I didn't ask him to move. I went back around, and then there was another child in there doing something, and this child was old enough, I really didn't talk freely in front of the child. You know what little kids pick up, so that was my main concern. And
Visit with me a little bit
yep,
about
and that was my concern. And so then we kind of did talk to the state's attorney, and she wharfed it way out of what I had entertained, and we, and you informed me, you got to make a policy change in this room. That was one thing, but we were going to have a consensus if we wanted to change something. And we weren't at that consensus. But that's enough said on that. So as far as us going to do anything, well, nothing's set in motion yet. And we're probably going to have to dialogue between ourselves if we do. And that, I don't know if we need their input right now, if we should, and see what their concerns are.
I think they have.
Is that kind of close to laying it out? Or?
I think they need to put their concerns out, so we have that in our discussions when we discuss it. We know what their concerns are, what their ideas are on it, and we go from there. But I don't know if we have one come up and see if we get through a few or one or.
I can talk.
Yeah, you have concerns come up. Yeah. You go for it, Casey girl.
Well, good afternoon. For those of you who are tuning in online, my name is Casey Jones, and I'm the 4-H advisor. Professionally, the challenge that I can see with the proposed policy is we have created a situation where within 4-H we have lots of members that their families, whether that be a mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, do work for the county, and our office is housed in the county courthouse. And so we would either need to find alternate locations to host our events, or have 2 rates or classes of citizens where if your family does work for the county, you wouldn't be able to come. And whether that be programs that are just 4-H, 4-H and library, or library, kind of speaking out of turn a little bit there for Sarah since she's not able to be here today, as well as community health. That's a real challenge that I can see. Not only does that put a strain on saying, hey, I'm sorry, you guys can't come, but it also creates a strain on the budget to be able to pay for additional facilities to have those, because right now the Legion Hall has been very supportive and they're wonderful and we are so thankful for their partnership, but if we're always having to do all of our things there, is that going to hold out? The other challenge that I can see is that we have different, within the courthouse employees, we have people who work for the county. We also have people who work for the state, or they work for extension, or different things like that. So we've got challenges there. So, and we have people who are in town and out of town. There's just some challenges that I think that I hope that as we always look towards new policy and trying to make things better, that we do it in a way that is just cognizant of that. And I know that you guys, nobody wants to try to make overarching policy, and you guys are tasked with that job, so kudos to you. And also sorry, but I hope that you take a few moments to think about some of the challenges that the policy as written currently would affect not only our 4-H, our library, and our county health service offices, and the programs that you guys help fund.
I think the biggest thing that I was worried about was like with the COVID and stuff, and with all these extra rules right now, everybody's a little more sensitive about little kids and stuff. They don't need to be here, I think, is kind of what.
Oh, for sure.
Is what we felt like saying something about, which turned into a lot bigger pretty fast.
Yeah. No, I think if I never have to hear the term new normal, global pandemic, COVID, or in these situations, because working for the university and their desire to make sure that things are as safe as possible for all of our participants, and you as county commissioners doing the same thing for your constituents, it's a balancing act, and I just hope that the policy that we put in place, if that is the decision you make, is one that is evergreen and can outlast this hopefully short-lived COVID pandemic. Fingers crossed. Is there anything else?
Good.
Yeah, thank you.
Jennifer, do you want to come up?
Sure.
Yeah.
We're here on behalf of the library.
You guys' comments, and I thought they were good.
Oh, okay.
Get you up here so they hear.
Go ahead, Bobby.
One thing I wanted, our interpretation of the proposed change is that it's an absolute, like it's off on this corner, and having full-time daycare benefits for the employees of the courthouse would be in this corner. Kind of goes whoosh. And somewhere in the middle, there's got to be a better answer than or poof. And we hope you can come up with that. And it seems kind of to me like if there's an egregious overreach on the part of someone to have their children here, like it's every day and it's clear the kids ought to be in daycare because they're like running through the building and, causing commotion, that should probably go to the supervisor of that person first. And if that's you guys, okay, but in some cases it wouldn't be. But the supervisor might need to be should be notified first, and then they have a period of time to work that out. So, yes, we are here on behalf of the library, and we have a list of things we'd like to go over with you.
So I have a letter, and I made a copy for everyone, but I'll just go through the high points here. So our board discussed this and feeling that we do have a librarian with children that are of school age, and she feels very concerned that if enacted, that her children would not be able to participate in library services or come and see her if they need something briefly after school. So she's concerned, and our board is concerned about retaining a good librarian and making sure that our services remain available to everyone. We feel that this is an unnecessary response to an isolated set of circumstances. We understand that many county employees are parents who occasionally need to handle a family concern during the workday, but we observe that the vast majority of the time the employees are responsible adults who do not violate the taxpayers' trust in dealing with their children on work time. We feel like this would be an unnecessary burden on the county employees because if they did have to deal with a family situation, they would have to exit the workplace and deal with it elsewhere and take away more time from their work. And we do feel that the employees can be trusted to be responsible adults and have good judgment in these situations. So for all of these reasons and the things Bobby mentioned, our library board is against adopting a rule that would prevent employee children from coming to the courthouse.
Thank you.
Timely. Would you set it, please?
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Jim, just for a second.
Yep.
You work at the hospital,
Not anymore. I work from home.
but you did.
Yes.
So like when you and Terry both worked there, your kids, were they allowed to come and be at the workplace with you?
As a workplace, we did not have any restrictions on employee children. I can recall there were times where employees did overstep, and they would bring their children to because of the hours that they worked, or single parents, or lack of daycare, or whatever. If their children were there excessively, it was handled through their supervisor or brought into human resources, but there was not a workplace policy preventing children from coming to see their parents.
So just personally speaking, I don't work in or live in town, but I work here. My kids are above daycare age. They have nowhere to go. It's not the school's responsibility for them to be up there if they are not partaking in activities. They are in 4-H downstairs. They do come here. They're sitting outside my office. They're either in the library or they're in the 4-H room, or else they're outside playing. But my concern would be they're down here for maybe 45 minutes, but they know that they are not to be disruptive. They are not to be in our office if we have clients. That being said, if this is the deal, then I'm gonna have to cut my hours back, and I'm only here 3 days a week, so be hard to make up my hours on days that I'm personally supposed to be somewhere else working also. So, sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I know when I worked at Scotchman Industry and I had Vanessa and Jason living with me, that again, they didn't, some of the time they did not have a place to go. They come over to the parts room, they had a desk, they could go back and do homework and stuff on it. And there are circumstances where I think employers understand that and try to work with the parents on those things. It wasn't an everyday thing for me, but it was quite often because I get off at 5 and they get out of school at 3:30, so they come over there for a half hour, or an hour and a half. And Scotchman, dealt with that because it was an issue that I had to deal with.
I see this policy, my kids are old enough to come to work, but he volunteers here at the library, so you enact that policy, now he can't volunteer at the library anymore.
And that'd be another thing, so as employees here, that would mean our children can't come get their immunizations. Where some people, the clinic doesn't, sometimes they like to work with our office because of insurance reasons.
Well, yeah, Haakon gets immunizations downstairs too. He wouldn't be able to do that. He wouldn't be able to help volunteer at the library, which he does and enjoys doing.
This was not the way this was supposed to be brought about. Was it was supposed to come to us and we were supposed to tweak it to whatever degree. I'm kind of glad it happened this way because we get a lot more input from it. And I think it'll help us make a lot better decision on what a policy is going to be. So
Give me one, just set
in
them
the
right.
long run, I think I was a little upset that it even went out to the public to begin with because it was something we were supposed to start digesting and looking at, and it went straight out to the public right away. And I didn't feel that was proper for it to be done that way.
And my question to you, when that did come out to everyone, was, is this for all county employees or just courthouse employees? Because all county employees, then your state's attorney can't have her child at work either.
Well,
I've heard
if it's
rumors
gonna
that
be
she has.
good for one, it's good for everybody.
And,
that was my response back to
yes,
it.
it was, and I guess, I don't know how you guys consider yourselves, but you get paid, so therefore you're technically, in my book, county employees, therefore you couldn't bring your children in to participate, grandchildren in to participate in activities and be, you know, and be in the courthouse either. So, I mean,
It was just, at that moment when we talked about stuff like that, it was more of a, being more interactive with the COVID stuff, with being worried about that stuff. It wasn't supposed to be quite this.
I get that, but
right, which.
I get that, but when that stuff comes out and then.
Right, no, I completely, I read it the same way.
Lori, we plumb got it. And
yeah.
And my question would be, why didn't the
There you go.
other people involved, the other office heads, why weren't they included before this all was sent out, or come to us and ask, voice their concern? That's how many.
I voiced that
After the
we
fact.
started at it wrong.
I agree.
An email was after the fact, but it was.
So we haven't conformed any type of consensus, guys. And I appreciate your dialogue, that, you know, just need more dialogue. Even if it is later.
Well, the only thing I would like to bring up as well is, as an elected employee who is the same as the board, you can't micromanage my office. So.
Or the auditor.
Right, or Harla's office, yes. And the state offices should be mandated by their requirements from the state, not.
Yep.
There's things to consider, but I know you guys are just trying to do the best thing for the public, and I get that, so.
Well, appreciate everybody stepping up and having what's on their mind.
We are responsible for the handbook already.
I believe so. Yeah, I think so. For what's in the what's in there, printed in there, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
We're responsible for the county property.
We good?
We're not making any decisions on it till we're working over the policy and the handbook, and so it'll be a couple months before. I think what we're trying to do is get maybe the policy and the handbook done by the first of the year, so we start out in the new year with policy.
Which year?
Till then, and hopefully we can have something kind of drafted up and maybe get some more dialogue off of it if we feel that it's still a little rough. That's kind of where we're at right now. I feel anyway.
Yeah, I don't think we're at any point to change anything at the moment.
If we do change anything.
If we change anything.
Yeah, if we change it.
Right. This is a good family-oriented community. I don't think we have to kill anybody or kill anything.
Any more? Anybody else want to get up?
See if Chip's out.
What time are we? Is he supposed to be here?
30.
2:30?
3. 3?
Oh, 3:30. Okay. Well,
That's an hour.
So,
Well, Lori?
are you up? Is she up next? Do you have a report?
I've got a report, but obviously no, they were done.
Yeah, she was just wondering about mine.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe go for it, because we're still waiting. Okay. Well, I'm good to go for a minute? Okay.
So, last month, I know Carla mentioned to you the 211 system.
Yep.
So that is, in the past, it's been a system, so it's like a helpline that's put out there to the public. If they have questions about a variety of topics, they can call 211 and get information. We use it in disaster times because they have the capability to set up like a phone bank, so people can call 211 and then they can have specific information. You know, if we were to have a tornado come through and flatten Phillip, people in the state and in the county could call 211 to get information on where to go for things and how to get things. It was something that your community had to purchase to buy into the program to be able for your community to use it. With the COVID and some of the other things, that system has been purchased statewide, so everyone in the state has access to that system. It's not anything the county has to pay for. It's there. What they have asked is they've sent out some emails asking for information about the different offices, hours, and what services you provide, not just for our county offices, but also businesses and churches, daycares, so that when people call with questions, they have those answers and resources. It's not something that's going to be free for a little bit and then they're going to send us a bill. When that funding is done, I'm not sure how that's kind of set up as far as how long it's going to be funded statewide. But it's not something that they're going to say, well, you have it, you've been using it, now you have to pay for it. You'll have, if it comes to the point where we might have to pay for it, we would have that option to buy into it. Whether we do or not, is totally, a discussion for them.
Because I think when this came up before, we were still gonna get billed a percentage. And you brought to our attention that suicide prevention lifeline was available, and then there was also START hotline that was available. So we already had 2 hotlines available to us.
Right, and those are pretty specific, and yes, you're right. So at the time, it didn't make sense for us to pay for it. We also had our alert sense, and we had some options for communicating with the public. But this is something that through grant monies has been paid for, and we can use it, people can use it, and it's not going to cost us anything. So
you're not forced to
it's
use
there. Nobody has to use it, but it's there. So I say use it. So.
Who keeps it updated? You?
That's all done through the state. They do all of that. they, contact me as far as
I think
getting
that's what it said in that little.
information,
sheet,
but
little sheet on that.
it's all done. That's not, I don't have anything to do with that. I know they've sent emails to Harlow out. They sent an email to you. They sent an email to me requesting information on hours and whatever. And I'm assuming they sent it to the other entities and not just government entities, but businesses and churches. It's a good thing.
Until you're used to it and it's free, and then they want you to charge you.
Well,
If you get rid of it, then it causes.
It does, but at this point,
I mean, just not.
no, I understand that too. I get that.
But it's not something that we have to approve or
do it.
disapprove, right? It's just
Nope, it's
available to
It's
us.
available. We don't have to agree to sign in or not. It's there. It's
And the bill should have that in time.
so.
So do you have a motion?
We're there. No, we're there.
Just an informational thing, though.
Yeah, it's just.
The Senate bill passed the bill.
Yeah, the Senate did, so it's nothing that we have
And
to.
then I think it said right down here that there was, that it is free to be listed, and only requirement is an annual update will be sent to you yearly. So we'll be sending the updates on it.
They'll request, yearly they request information updates. But that's what it is, so. The other thing I have, I've gotten our grant approval for, working on our pre-disaster mitigation plan. And I don't know why it printed kind of strangely, but it's all been signed, so we can start working on that mitigation plan, updating it. So yay, get to meet, get to have meetings, discuss things. We have about 1.5 years to get that done, so we have a little time.
Excuse me.
But this is a soft match program, so that means that we're required to our time I spend on it, the time people attending meetings, all that impacts our soft match. So I would encourage you to attend when I send out the notices. And I have a copy for Carla, but it printed really squirrely, so I can get you a different copy. I'm not sure. I sent it to your printer. That's what it did. So I don't know.
You warm or you good?
Oh, I was upstairs when I printed
What I
it,
got going on?
and it got sent to your printer. So. I guess as far as COVID, we have had one confirmed case in Haakon County.
7 o'clock, come here.
Oh, shit, I'm out of here.
I don't know what that's going to do for anything else. Just for your records. I signed it, sent it to them, they signed it, so now that's our.
Who's that?
You might have my number.
You know, I think I do.
But it does.
So, seriously.
I get a lot of numbers.
Anything else?
Have you heard anything? Have they contacted you about the pipeline at all?
No, boy.
No, everything I hear comes through the sheriff's office.
Thank you, Nick.
Unfortunately.
Kids.
They rarely contact me.
Okay, that's good to know.
At least you got a direct link.
Yeah?
What's that?
At least you got a direct link.
I do. Fred and I are BFFs.
We got most of our information from Fred.
Oh, you meant that other person. Oh, yeah, I talked to him
Oh, maybe
occasionally.
it's Rose, I don't know, I thought it was you, but the GPS, it doesn't quite work. at
That's a
certain
Rose
places.
thing.
Yeah, okay, I need to talk to her because I have healthcare and they come and it might be 410 Northwood or Southwood or hell, it's worked lately, so something might have got updated or changed there on the
don't know.
GPS.
Mine's
Do
always.
you know, Steve?
Mine, when if you type my address into Google, it comes up about 6 miles away from my house.
That's good. Salesman would find that.
Ours is
6 miles.
17 miles from our place.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I know I've had a couple people ask me because they can't get packages delivered because they say the address doesn't exist. When they live there, they know it exists. And it's not a new something, it's not a new address, it's somebody's lived there for a long time. And
We got a problem out here because there's no road in between and it jumps a lot of miles.
Yeah, it's sad that everybody relies on the 911 deal because like Junior one time, he had a car wreck down there on White River and he told them right where he's at. He said right where the highway goes across the river, that south interior, right on the White River.
Yeah.
He watched the life flight go right over top of him, clear White River.
Yeah.
Didn't know it was a river there called White River.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I think some of that is a little bit better because with most of the phones, you can get a GPS coordinate, you can get the lat long and get back to them.
Yeah.
So that, I think that's improving a little bit that way. But as far as just 911, if I have an address and I Google it through the ambulance would never get to my house because they'd end up.
We've had 3 semis go through the dip and come by the house, and the last one was long. He kind of is hitting the stop sign a little more, But you look down the hill, why in the hell would you even try the other side?
Well, yeah. I mean, there is not, but so yeah, I know the GPS stuff is not right.
most of the GPS guys that take my address end up in the yard here, Red Barn.
Yeah. Ours end up at Trital's old place south of us because that's where it says, or at the fire hall, because that's where it'll end up. So we just tell people follow the GPS and then go another 6
I'm
miles.
not right back in. You can see what's checked off.
Yeah,
Ask
it's
Carl.
ridiculous.
Several freight trucks.
Ask her which one.
Well,
Yeah.
But I'll be back. But
Yeah,
I'm
I'll go
not-
ahead.
That's not, yeah,
Go
the
ahead.
GPS thing is not me, that's a Rose thing.
Would you push that down?
They should do, we're gonna go for it, so.
Whoops.
Some might stretch that cord out.
I'm gonna, and I'm not gonna say sorry.
Wireless.
Anything else? I can reprint my thing for you if you need it on normal size print. Oh, did they, I think did he send it to you too? Oh,
I think what happened is that we had to.
oh, that could be. Oh, yeah, because they're all of them are on that one. Anything else for me?
I think so.
All right.
Well, thanks
I
for,
don't think I got anything else to tell you.
no news is good news sometimes.
I guess. Okay. What am I doing now?
You wanna come up, Fred? Go ahead.
What did I do?
Hey fellas, nice to see you again.
Good.
Actually, I was just gonna kind of spread some of the love that the pipeline's gonna be bringing our way. But they cover that pretty well, and the strongest answer I can give you is, who knows, it might be done, the ideas might be changed tomorrow. I'm supposed to meet with Brian Courtmaker and some of the suits coming in next week to do kind of a look around, just kind of tell us what their plans are. I don't know where this is going to go. Tim and I haven't had a lot of activity as far as the pipeline's concerned.
You're good, you're good.
However, when I was at Saturday night, I got a call from security up on the pipe yard on Highway 32 with us, and 3 cars pulled up. They were jumping the fence and trying to get in. That didn't quite wasn't quite what had actually happened. However, you know, Tim and I both went up there, and it was probably 11:30, but we're starting to see a little more activity of people just being around. I don't know what any of that means, so. And in fact, I figured once they started bringing pipe into the pipe yard and started traveling through the county, we would see a lot more activity than we have. There's a lot of people sitting around taking pictures. There's drones in there and things like that. I don't know if that means they're getting geared up, whoever they might be. But I guess specifically the reason why I want Lori to stay here, just they're going to get working here pretty quick. I mean, they've been working on their infrastructure right now. I think they're going to start putting pipe in the ground. I need to talk about it up there at the substation, and I don't know what that means for us. Tim and I and Lori, we have a lot of plans in place, but we're going to be probably a week behind if anything actually hits. If it sticks and it takes off on us, there's a lot of ideas that we have that are going to have to be implemented. Steve, you talked to your brother lately about anything going on around here? Is he still planning on coming? Last time I talked to him, he was, but pardon me?
I seen him today.
You doing pretty good?
No, he seems like he's doing good.
Okay, good enough. So I don't know where we are. Everything's going to be, you know, our action is going to be oriented by whatever somebody decides to do. So I don't know for sure what Lori's makeup's going to look like when this thing kicks off, but you're still thinking there's a good possibility you're going to need some help as well. How do we approach you guys? If say it happens day after tomorrow, obviously you're going to have a meeting for another month, and we actually need some resources. Is Tom the call to make? Where do we go from there?
Yeah, especially.
Okay. At what point can we make decisions for ourselves? Obviously, if the county's in danger, people are in danger, we're going to make those decisions. We're going to have to deal with it later. I'm certain that you guys will be on board with all that. But should we make a phone call if it looks like something's coming our way?
I would say it wouldn't hurt to make a call to Tom anyway. Are you right with that, Tom?
I am, a person up north told me that with COVID going on, didn't know if they had let the protesters pile up in Fremont. But
yeah, to be honest, this might be a good time for them to start moving and start working. You know,
look at all the protesters that were in Washington D.C. and Washington, Minnesota, Oregon.
Of course, you're you know, those are like 1 day things, 2 day things, maybe a week at a time. This is going to be taking place over a period of probably the next several months, at least until the election. After that, until the first of the year, and then they'll probably regroup and decide where we're going to go. So these guys are going to need a place to stay. And if that's the case, the tribe doesn't want them up there. You know, not outside people, not Antifa or anybody that's really these big threats to people in our county, which is a huge benefit for us. I've been in pretty good contact with the chief up at the tribe up there, and he's ready to help us as much, you know, for our help as well. But you know, we have a good relationship right now, and I think that's fantastic. So.
What's his last name?
Well, no, not Frazier, the chief of police up there.
Oh, I see.
And I've talked with Frazier in the past a little bit too. And Frazier, I kind of enjoy him. He's kind of full of crap, and you know he.
So who are you talking with?
The chief up there, Gordon. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. So.
Highly legal people.
Yeah. So, and he's got a good bunch of officers up there, and those guys, you know, they've had some classes and stuff rolling around here. The COVID thing's kind of stopped that, and they've invited us up before too. So, a couple years ago, I did go up and meet with the chairman and their council up there, and they were pretty open to us being there. So, I think it's positive. So, anyway, the reason why I wanted Lori and I to kind of stay here in front of you guys is that at some point, if this kicks off at 3 o'clock in the morning, we're gonna go with our gut and the plans that we already have, and go from there. You know, some of the plans that we've talked to over the 3 years, the whole face of this whole thing has changed over and over and over again. The plans we had 3 years ago aren't the same plans we have now. And to be honest, you know, we've probably kind of been sitting on our hands a little bit, just because we don't know where it's gonna go. Today they're working. Tomorrow maybe not. So Tom would be my call if we really need it. And you know, obviously we're going to get guys call if we're going to have, you know, multiple resources.
So if it kicks off, the highway patrol would be their PDQ?
It's hard to say. You know, the highway patrol's really been pretty open to helping as much as they can. In fact, they're, at one time, I imagine it's probably still in play, that they were gonna have a, you know, set up a camp over here at the DOT. I imagine that's probably still in the back of their mind, but again, if something should take place, that's gonna be huge. It's gonna take them how long to mobilize to get it set up, so. They have plans just like we do. I mean, you know, if this happens, we're gonna do this, if that happens, we're gonna do that. But,
Here's what you have a friend in Pier.
pardon me?
I said it appears you have a friend in Pier.
The people up there in the highway patrol, actually they got, okay, yeah. So I don't know what to expect in all this. You know, it might not be anything. You know, it might be something Tim and I and Lori can handle, but, and the highway patrol, but I would not be surprised if it turns out the way in a hurry, especially the way the whole country's burning right now, that I think they might just be looking for the next spot to land. This might be it, so. You know, they don't give me a lot of information. Some of the information they want to keep confidential until they kind of get it kicked off. Mike and I talked a little bit today, and you know, I don't know a lot. However, I do know that they're just going to concentrate on, you know, the pump station, that area up in that part of the world right now. I asked them about Midland and anything else going on. They didn't think that was going to happen until next year. So, and of course, it depends on the general election, what's going to happen then. So, Biden's already said he's going to close it down as soon as he gets in office. So, you know, we'll see what happens. You know, sitting where I'm sitting, I can't imagine Trump getting beat. But, however, you know, numbers are kind of looking poorly for him right now. So,
Do you think it sounds to me like at the meeting, when those guys that showed up here earlier, when you were here, it sounds like they're just going to concentrate on this area right now.
Well, yeah,
I don't think they're even going to be working west or east, are they?
well, up in Canada, they're full bore ahead. I mean, they're going.
But in
towards-
South Dakota, I mean.
Well, yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, they're putting their best effort into this right now. The stuff that they got going on in Canada, getting to the United States border, they're full steam ahead. Right now, they kind of got a snag up there in Montana, and the Supreme Court just upheld the judge's order to set that in place. I was talking to Trevor out in the hall a little bit, and he says all it is a few permits, and they're working on those right now. So this Judge Morris up there, he's kind of, you know, he's these guys. It's just my guess if they get these permits through that there's going to be something in behind that. So I don't know. And they have to be running out of ideas in order to stop this pipeline. So at some point it's going to be, I would assume, if they get it done before this election. And even if they get Haakon County done before this election, if Biden does happen to get in there and he puts a kibosh on it, I don't know what that means for all these people and all this work and all this money they put in the county. So, Lori, do you have anything that's burning in the back of your head that we should be doing? Do you guys have any suggestions that we should be doing that we're not? I asked the same question to Brian Courtmaker. Should Tim and I be doing something that we're not right now? And he didn't. His response to that was, you know, he's asking himself the same question, should they be doing something? And they're hyper vigilant about their security and their pipeline and things like that, and I understand that. But Tim and I, you know, we talked to these guys. I mean, we're going to take care of these people in the county and their assets and their resources and their income first. You know, the pipeline's there, but it's going to be underneath that. So I'm more concerned, especially up there in the north part with Debbie Hannery and stuff, and everybody else lives in that area.
Question, I heard that the man camp was armed at one point, and they aren't now. Is that correct?
They have armed security, and the pipe yard up there also has armed security. They have one person working inside the cage at night, or during the day, and two people at night. But however, they do have an armed security outside the gate, and I've talked to them several times. Of course, those guys are working for the big shots. I don't know what their intentions are, but I feel a little bit more comfortable if something should happen up there. At least they can take care of the people that are staying there. Yeah. As far as the pipe yard up here, they have armed security. Some, not very many. A lot of their security are not armed.
Might not take many bullets. You know, the first one really doesn't want it.
Almost everybody up there that's working for the off-duty services is at least a retired sergeant, if not higher rank from somewhere.
Yeah, most of them are in law enforcement or military, so that's kind of their criteria whether they carry firearms or not. So.
Yeah, not really small problem.
So they know how to deal with people. I would hope by that stage.
But if you guys think there's anything we should be doing, I don't know, you know, we, Tim and I made some plans, we've got some stuff together, the jail upstairs is about ready to go. I mean, for the most part, we do have to get some seating in there yet, you know, we got the bus out here, and Tim got those guys to put a cage inside there, that's ready to go. We have to get some tie downs in there, but just little things like that. For the most part, I don't know where else to go with this. Tim and I have been kind of preparing for this, Lori's been preparing for this for 3 years, and to be honest, you know, we've been put on hold so many times that, you know, it's still weighing on the back of my mind a lot, but.
You get kind of complacent.
We do.
You kind of assume it's not gonna happen.
Well, even though we know it's probably gonna happen, I don't know what else we can do to prepare.
And I'm not sure you have to. I mean, you know, the bigger expenses of the deal, possibly we'll get some help, but you can't do it ahead of time.
Right.
One thing that has come up is emergency management. We've been discussing with each other about a regional EOC format, so that we're using our resources more wisely as far as people. How that would look, how that would be manned, we haven't got that nailed down exactly, or where exactly it would be, but we're looking at, you know, if we got stuff going on in Haakon County, and we got stuff going on in Jones County, and we got stuff going on in Tripp County, then we have like one kind of centrally located emergency operations center that we all work out of, and so that we can coordinate all the resources more efficiently. As far as tracking expenses, we're still, you know, we're trying to make sure that that's, you know, that we're not paying for something that's going to Tripp County and, you know, that kind of stuff, but.
We've kind of done the same thing in law enforcement as well. You know, we've kind of split everybody up into 2 sections, and everybody's going to be on the same page. However, if say they get through Haakon County this year, if that's at all possible, they won't. I understand that, but whatever resources we have here that are not needed here anymore, we will send those resources. So we do have a bus sitting outside, so we do have some other stuff, and they're going to do the same for us. They're going to be in and out of Pennington County in, you know, in no time at all. As soon as they get the Cheyenne River done, their resources are going to be, you know, really good for us. So
I did hear from one of the off-duty services. He's from Penco. He said their commissioners kind of informed them that they have to get rid of some people. So they kind of realize they don't have a lot of real estate in the pipeline, but everybody's kind of looking to them for, they have the bigger units that they can deploy. And he said, I don't know if we're going to have the people. They want us to get rid of, they're talking mandatory 10 officers. Like in a short order.
yeah, their intention, at least a year or so ago, Pennington County anyway, they're going to have officers up there around the clock, 24 hours a day. I don't know if that's still, you know, and the highway patrol is going to pick up a big portion of it, so I don't know if that's still the plan or not. So everybody's changed, our plans have changed over the years.
Do you have like a direct contact to the highway patrol if this does go down? I mean,
well, there's a guy by the name of Kevin Burke. He used to be a big shot with the highway patrol, and he's kind of stepped away from the highway patrol job. And now he is kind of a liaison between law enforcement and everything in the pipeline. He doesn't really work anything to do with the pipeline. However, all the information that the highway patrol is willing to share goes through him to us. So he's a good resource, really
And
good resource.
he works pretty closely with emergency management. He's at most of our meetings. And
so yeah, obviously I have his phone number, but you know, I have a lot of phone numbers. So all our local guys, you know, and we had a little incident up here a couple months ago when they had that car chase that went through the Phillip, and we ended up stopping up north. And those guys are kind of on top of anything to do with the pipeline. And the original call was that they had protesters up to the work camp, and that's what got us all moving prior to this.
Related car chase.
Yeah, prior to this car chase that we had. But in the meantime, just because that phone call came through, we had 2 or 3 hired patrolmen in the county because they had something to do with the pipeline. So those guys are on board. They're ready to go to work. And we got a bunch of new kids working for the highway patrol. They're going to change the world, you know. I mean, they're ready to go to work.
I think it sounds positive as far as
some of it is.
Ready as you can get, be ready, probably.
And we are starting to get our highway patrol group is finally starting to get filled back up. We were down to half force here just a few months ago. We're getting, I think, 2 out of the new class 2, so we're getting kind of filled back up. That helps a lot too.
It used to be what, 7?
I think they're 7 or 8. Yeah, they were down to 4 for quite a while.
All right, guys, I guess, I don't really have anything pertinent to throw out there right now, but, I expect things are gonna start getting warmed up, if not protesters and rioters, at least for the pipeline, they're gonna start getting busier pretty quick. Got anything for me, Gary? Got anything for me?
Oh, sure. I think we're good. Can't think of anything. Can you guys think of anything?
You guys all got my number. If something comes up or you guys got any ideas, I'd be welcome to listen to whatever you guys have to tell me. So
Patience, like fishing.
it is like fishing, exactly. Right. You're sitting around waiting for a bite.
That's kind of that's the way it works, though. Yeah.
I am not a patient person, so.
Board Maker's been in touch with me quite a bit lately. Of course, they're starting to get warmed up a little bit, and and their plans change day to day, even their operational stuff. And I'm ready to either do this or not.
I don't see a sense of contacting all of us, so just contact Tom and then he can get a hold of us and
right.
We can go from there.
Yeah. All right, sounds like a plan.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks.
We might as well do Heidi next since she's here. So, Carla, we might as well do Heidi since she's here. Is that all right?
I don't get tested, the boys get tested.
Oh, I thought you were for pre-op.
No, mine pre-op, but I'm good. Hello, how are you guys doing? Ellen, haven't got to see you guys for a while.
Yeah.
I know.
See you running now.
I was just having vacation, enjoying my...
Lay it on
Yeah,
the beach.
you know it, Mike. You've probably seen me out there a time or two. Do you need one, Chelsea? Oh, yeah. I am feeling great. Except for I wasn't planning, I didn't know if I should even come today, but Kristen said Jen came with her mask, so I'm like, well, then I'll still come too. So my boys her boys and my boys all got tested for COVID, and we still have no idea if they have it or not. So I'm just being cautious, being extra careful.
When are you supposed to be finding out?
Well, we were hoping it was going to be, so they tested the whole cross country team in the parking lot yesterday morning, and then Terry was really hoping it would be, because you can get results in like 3 to 4 hours.
Really?
Now, yeah, so it's much quicker, but they were so overloaded because of the holiday weekend and all the travel, so that they just had so many, and nobody has any symptoms. I mean, everybody feels great. I feel great. The kids are great, and they're mad because they're stuck at home and it's nice out. But anyways, until they get a negative, we're just going to be extra.
Is cross country going already?
Well, he was doing like strength training exercises, and he was being smart about it. He was doing them in small groups at different, spreading them out and doing it throughout the day. And he wasn't really in close contact with, really close contact, but they were in the same room. So I think he's just, everybody's just being extra careful. And he feels good too. So, it stinks, but it is what it is. So, yeah, and they're all running, and he's got a plan. I can't believe he's been so great. I feel terrible for him, for Ralph. After everything he's went through, now this whole fiasco. So hopefully it's just all over soon and go back to life as usual. So I was just going to start with COVID. So due to the COVID pandemic, of course, the Department of Health has given us some guidance how we provide services, and it's changed a lot, of course, because of who we see are small children and families. We're doing most everything on the phone, which was nice for me too. Actually, coming back from surgery, I didn't want to get sick, so when I got back to work, everything was being done over the phone, except for immunizations, and I'll kind of get to that a little bit. So we're to keep our door closed or locked. And then we have signs, and they have to knock, and they have to put hand sanitizer and masks on, and before they come into the office. We also have the plexiglass that the other offices are using, and we're cleaning our surfaces all the time, pretty much. It's anytime we get into the office, and then if any kiddos happen to visit the office too, of course, then we clean before and after that. And then if we have to distribute any items, we're just running them out and meeting them in the parking lot and leaving them, and then they pick them up just to limit contact too. And I was feeling like I was being overdoing it. And now this week I'm like, I guess I'm glad we're being so extra safe. So back here I attached some of the guidance that we have gotten through the Department of Health. Just kind of, so like this graph, the first few pages, I just printed them off today, so what the new cases were. Our one case in Haakon County, of course, showed up today. And then the new cases that came in today. I saw that they've added a few more negatives for the county, so I'm hoping those were my kids on that list. But I keep kind of peeking, and they've had more negative tests, but I haven't heard any names yet. And so you can just kind of see where we're standing at right now with cases for South Dakota, and then the state. The next is the counties. I just put Haakon in there. I was just tooting our horn for quite a while too with my coworkers in other counties. I'm like, we were the only one that had no cases yet. Now I lost my title. And so then you can see here too on the next page is our hospital bed capacity throughout the state, and it's so far it's staying. The plan to flatten the curve has worked, and people are gradually coming in versus our hospitals being overrun with COVID cases. So hopefully it stays that way. I'm sure we'll see things will change in the fall when school resumes, and I still don't know what the plan is exactly. I don't know the school knows exactly what the plan is for sure. I have talked to some people, Mr. Riekman, and directed him to kind of who our contacts are for COVID. I know there's some meetings set up this week that they're trying to kind of decide between Department of Health and Department of Ed for school resuming in the fall. This little graph is just kind of like if you've been in contact, kind of your process. So I've been in contact with people that were tested, so I am practicing social distancing and monitoring myself, and I feel great, so there we go. Just kind of your plan and what you should do if you have a concern regarding COVID. And here's just general questions if you have questions or concerns. I think that's it for COVID. All right, so back to the beginning. Personnel, and I was just kind of talking about myself in case you hadn't heard the great news. So I had surgery in February. My test came back that I had some additional cancer, but I did not have to have chemotherapy because of this revolutionary test. It's just amazing. 2 years ago, my doctor said I would have had to have chemotherapy for sure, and then because of this test, it indicated it wouldn't be provide me any benefit to have chemotherapy. So I don't have to have chemotherapy, which was a huge blessing in and of itself. So I'm great. I'm considering myself cancer free unless I tell my kids I need help with something, and then I remind them that I have cancer and they need to help me out around the house. But otherwise, I am doing fantastic. I got just on some medication. I'm doing great. I have surgery scheduled in 2 weeks, and hopefully this COVID situation doesn't interfere with that. But my next surgery is just to finish reconstruction of my chest, and I should only be out for 2 weeks. We've already scheduled it out. I don't anticipate it causing any issues at all with the office. We should be good to go. And just a big thank you to everyone. I've just been so blessed in this whole situation. I'm going to try not to cry, but the community was just wonderful to me, and everybody was just so great. I'm just so grateful, and I just feel fantastic, and I'm just glad it's over and I get to move on and everything's fabulous. So that's it for me. So now to the fun stuff, WIC, which is our supplemental food and nutrition program, which keeps us really busy. That's a federally funded program by the Department of Agriculture, and it provides nutrition education to young families and then also provides them with healthy food options when they're shopping. We had brought in some new families and new infants and new moms, and you can just see here's just some of the statistics. I had, so many kids in, and we do nutrition counseling and education visits. Our caseload is down a little bit, and I'm sure a lot of that has to do with COVID too, is just not bringing in as many people, but we're working on that too. And most of our visits, all of them are usually by phone, and it is a little bit difficult. I mean, I did like having kids come in. We did vaccinate them too, or do assessments, and so not seeing them, of course, and getting measurements and finding issues, but we're doing the best we can and just doing most of it by phone. So, and then another program that keeps us busy is baby care, which is a prenatal health program, and we're still seeing we still have mothers getting that program or on that program, but of course those visits are by phone too. We distribute pack and play cribs for families that need a safe place for babies to seat. We also distribute car seats if needed for families if they're in need of a car seat. Our immunization rate is at 86%, which is good, which I consider to be above 80 is the goal. We gave 88 shots the first half of the year to 33 kids, and that's the only service that we are having people visit the office. We are looking at another nurse that she was just meeting kids out in the parking lot and just vaccinating them in the car. So that's an option too, I guess, if it gets to that point where we're having a lot of COVID in the community.
How do you tie them down in the car?
Yeah, well,
your office has got
if they're in their car seat, right?
Yeah.
They're already tied down, Tom.
Okay.
So that would make it twice as easy for me, I think. But that would be something to see, I'm sure. So it's an option that I would definitely look at. So we just kind of just do as much as we can over the phone, and then when they come in, try to get them in and get them out. So they're not in there for too long or exposed or anything. Flu season came and went. We had administered 564 doses of flu, up from last year. And on the back here, you can kind of see we had a pretty busy. We had a lot of flu this season. The back page of this report's just got our statewide statistics, and you can see that gold graph was our peak flu cases for the year. And there were quite a few. We had you can see here 14,777 cases of flu. If you kind of compare from years past, if you look, the H1N1 strain is very easy to catch. And so if that strain is predominantly circulating during the season, you're going to see more cases usually, but fewer deaths. And then if you look down lower, you'll see those H3N2 seasons generally have more deaths but fewer cases. So it's just kind of, one is more severe but you don't catch it as much, and one is easier to catch but it usually isn't as fatal as the other. So it was just lots and lots of, you can see there was a lot of flu this year. So
Was that ahead of this COVID thing? Was that
yeah, and then you could kind of see too, as soon as school closed down, boom, it was like it just dropped off.
Prior to the COVID, I stayed around because there was flu. I was kind of locked down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, same. I was told to be extra cautious and not get flu before surgery because they'd have to postpone things. So, ahead of COVID, you can see it was just like a huge, this right here in this 12th, 13th week when school let out, it just dropped and it was like done. So all that contact and stuff was eliminated, and we probably had less cases because of it. Or less flu cases because of it.
Yeah,
It was less spread.
deaths. They don't even mention it on the news.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that? The media is just the worst. As far as some of that stuff, just scaring people and making things more difficult than they need to be. But that's the way it goes, I guess. Any questions for me? Concerns? What's
If I
that?
wouldn't have come back through the door, wasn't I gonna get one?
Yeah, I would have still hooked you up. Who doesn't want a copy of this report? I'm sure you look at night, you just read through it and enjoy
I think my
a
wife
little
might,
tidbit.
I might share it with Marie.
Yeah, well, I try to make it interesting, but sometimes it's a little dry. But we do what we can, right? I should have scheduled some shots today and made it a little more entertaining for you guys. Could have heard a few kiddos in the downstairs, but. All right. Well, thank you so much. We'll talk to you later.
Good luck.
Yeah. Thank you. Yep. I'm hoping in and out. I'm just hoping this little COVID situation is over soon. Hopefully they get the good news any minute. I've been just checking my email like nonstop. We'll find out. I'll let you know.
All right, yeah,
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, guys.
I don't have my, what's that?
I'm gonna run downstairs.
Okay, yeah, well, you guys wanna take a break? Mike took off, Gary's got two, and I already did it. Yeah, everybody's here, I think.
Casey emailed me the approved plans that they have for the 4-H safety. 4-H safety plans for
Number 8.
Portugal, the rodeo, and the achievement days. And there's a copy of that in there for your reference. They're signed by the state person. So she just wanted me to let you know that she has approval for doing those for your reference. And then, we have a resolution authorizing, okay, the state money that we can get reimbursement for expenses related to COVID. We have to have a resolution and some other documents signed, approved and signed by the commission to be eligible for application for this money. And I think I covered a copy of the resolution in your,
I think it's there.
I did scan it to you all.
Is this something we need a motion on?
Oh, it's here.
Here it is, Tom, right here.
Oh, boy.
Down at the bottom, man. Right at the very bottom.
Hell, maybe I moved. Maybe yeah, keep going. That might be, no, that's a paper clip.
Very bottom, man. Here it is.
Okay. Oh, I didn't go down under that other stuff.
Did you read this already, man? No. I haven't either. Is this something we have to decide today, Carla? Or-
I think they want it back as soon as possible so they can start their.
There's a lot to this.
It is.
But it's basically it's just saying that the state of South Dakota has money that they can issue us if we have what's the COVID-19 costs, right?
What it is the federal government had money that they are using to reimburse the state for costs. And the state is sharing that money with the cities and counties across the state, rather than the state taking it all and using it. like counties and cities have cops also.
I guess I don't know why we'd refuse it, would we? Maybe I'm wrong here, but.
We're working with the Central South Dakota Enhancement District. They are the ones that we will submit all our.
We really haven't had that much.
No, we really
No.
haven't.
Yeah.
We only.
Yeah.
Right,
This,
right.
this runs till December.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I would be in favor of it.
Is that a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve it. Hopefully we don't need it.
Did Stephanie look over it at all?
I don't believe so. If they've been working with Central South.
Have other counties got this too, I assume?
All counties across the state,
Yeah.
have one is working with their own, enhancement district. And they're the ones that sent it out. I just got it. They sent out your,
I guess,
So
if
when
you think
they,
it's necessary, we could call the South Dakota Central Asset people and just ask them if they think we should go ahead with it. You think that would be necessary?
if you want to, you can,
I don't know if it's necessary.
they just said on the agreement too that if the state runs out of funds, then it's gone.
I'd second it.
Motion's been made and seconded to go into the agreement. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
and you can sign this later, comment that.
Here I go again. Did you get off with my agenda? No,
No?
that was the last time. Oh, I got her.
Find it?
I'm starting watching now. Holler first, then look.
We went through everything, didn't we?
I don't
Except for the
have
highway.
I'm close.
Well, if you're shipping it at 2:30, if you want to do this, it would be nice.
Well, do you have anything else before the minute, Carla, or should we get to Chip? This one, I think,
Well,
is
you're gonna
yours.
have this budget and the warrant. Go ahead and talk to Jeff so he can.
Okay. Is this one yours? Yeah, sure, no.
Nope, it's yours.
Okay. Chip, just come on up.
You need motion to go into executive session.
Oh, you want an executive? Second, motion is made and seconded, go into executive, all in favor say aye. Aye.
I'd ask that the auditor be permitted to.
Second.
I did.
We have a county crowd.
No,
Basically, just still,
I've been outside for a few hours now. It's pretty nice.
Is that all we got?
the budget's
Warm and the rain helped.
Where do you want to go, Carla?
Highway.
Highway?
Get that done.
Yeah. Just holler at him. Hello, Jerry.
So everybody, Carl, I'm trying to lie.
that cable deal? That's that cable deal out here?
No, it's also with TC.
Oh.
Slate's all jumping on it. Gold wants to her up. What's that?
Are they doing that up?
On that Royer Road.
Station. Where's that running?
Hey, Val.
Where's that running?
Just, well, yeah, Jared made it. Just use this. You need a nut? I haven't even been in there. You need a nut?
A what? Oh, no thanks.
Are you out?
I never even tried them again.
I didn't either.
You're not nuts yet.
Huh?
You're not nuts yet.
Get in there, get in there.
I did be working with on 212.
212.
That's that field through of Smith's up there. Baby.
Hey, Ralph. She was on the work time. She was over that thing.
I mean, some people go.
Some not. Might not be enough.
I see the one more than that.
I'll just stay still. Try.
Sweet on the side of it. I was just curious, seeing if you were slipping up there tonight.
Yeah, not me.
I just went on a whole different turn.
That's your job. Well, we got that mulcher and it ain't working worth crap.
No, I went up by Hatterhands there, where you redone that. Those packers really leave some ruts in there, don't they? I mean, just little rut, not deep ruts, but just little rough areas. They don't really pack smooth.
Well, usually they do pretty good.
It was pretty groovy up there.
Groovy, yeah?
Yeah, groovy. Groovy, man. I drove up there that one day because I just seen the motor grader coming back out of there at road gear, and I couldn't figure out what he was doing up there because he hadn't bladed up and down that road, so I drove up there. See, you guys had reworked that up there to the whole Looney place. Mark said that it really needed it, that road.
That was pretty bad.
Bad
It was
shape.
pretty bad.
Had a culvert up there to put into, right? Is there a culvert?
We put one in there. We put one in right there by Mars.
Right.
To the west of last fall.
That's what
That goes over to line she's got over there too.
Oh, on that Royer Road, about a mile and a half up from Dillon, a mile and a half from those culverts, it's washed really bad into the road. And you see about that much of the culvert. I didn't know if you knew that or not. But
Yeah, that's another
maybe
one.
it wasn't flagged or anything, it probably should.
Anyway, we used that mulcher for about 3 weeks and it is a pain in the butt.
It was, huh?
He had all kinds of excuses. Too much grass, too dry. Well, it might be, but when we tried it out there on the East Grindstone Road, that was about right. And I didn't like the way it worked there. We haven't paid for it.
Send it back to him.
He said leave it here, keep trying it. He won't
Is
go
it
for
effective or the whole unit?
I think it's just the way it works.
Yeah.
Because that guy down in Han County just loves them.
That's what I've heard everybody say, but boy, I don't buy it. It throws that stuff ahead of it until it builds up enough it'll come over it and just keeps throwing it ahead and finally a whole bunch of it goes over it. Oh, it don't work like I thought it would. I thought it would turn the other way.
Like a tiller.
Maybe you got an hydraulic, this is hooked up back.
Well, the way the drum's on there, that's the only way it can go. I
That's what I said, what if we reverse and turn the drum around?
Because I know that was, those guys down there, he's got 2 of them, and he just loves them.
Hey, he said one of these counties has 6 of them and they're gonna buy 2 more.
It leaves the roads pretty rough, isn't it?
Oh, and it's so much slower than the disc.
Slow. The disc is a lot better.
2 miles a day disc, and you're lucky to get 1 a day of that.
No, and they say you're supposed to be able to do more.
Why not? For $37,000, I don't think it's worth it. It works pretty good if you got a windrow and grass and weeds, kind of bust that up.
They told me a half mile an hour.
Then we trade every speed there is.
And they take it back anyway, huh?
It's still here.
We've never paid for it.
No.
They said they'd take it back though.
That's
Right.
probably a good thing.
He might leave it all winter. He doesn't know. He says, we're worried about it. We know where it's at. Keep trying, so he said, keep trying it.
That Gillen Road, that where you went from Deadman west, that looked pretty good right there. We turned to Deadman, but boy, it looked good. It looked like he's done a really nice job on it.
Yeah, they're up to, about the Dead Man Creek right now. He's been working on days of rain. Tummer Road was terrible, or it was just, it's good, not pretty good now. Man, I didn't even want to drive down. It leaves all that grass on top. And you can't do nothing. If it don't mix back in, you're all back and forth, and it just stays in clumps.
That's why those big bales and those ditching a few spots.
Then you try to blade it and it wads up and you can't get rid of it. A little bit. Yeah, well, you know kind of what that's like.
I thought it was supposed to just grind it all up, like fine. It doesn't.
That was the mulcher you're talking about there?
Yeah.
It was about cause Wyatt to go AWOL. I think he was ready to go leave.
So I just have to look at it from the disc.
I think so.
24 foot?
Oh, he's 16, 18 foot.
Get too big and it doesn't work very well.
Somebody said we
They
need
are?
one of them two-way discs.
Like on farm sales?
Water anywhere. They're sitting all over.
You can't buy new ones, can you?
Everybody's
What they cost. What they cost, you just destroy it.
Oh.
About 5 years.
Construction, yes.
I don't think you want them that heavy. I think you want anything that really cut into the road.
And there was another, it wasn't taking the place of another guy because you had to have someone there to,
He's just tying that blade up again.
yeah.
They were spending half a day or 2/3 of a day just trying to mulch that crowd. Should have been long gone to the next mile. So we've been doing it, pull 1 mile up, and let the guy lift it down, and go pull another mile up, and then that blade at the Packard, lay the first mile up, and the other blade will pull more out.
Well, if he's got some guy that wants to buy another two, he knows where he can pick one up.
You don't have to deliver it very far.
There you go.
I tried to get him to come down, he says, we can't come down unless we're delivering something. Well, you got some, come show us, you know, who's out of ideas.
Did you try different sizes of windrows too?
Yeah, tried first pass, trying it up. Aggravating. Used it on the ditch on the slope. Anyway.
Maybe just need a bigger pile of gravel, huh?
Went out here on this East Grindstone Road and I was about ready to try it out. And I built him a big windrow. He gets out there, oh my, that's a big windrow. I said, you ain't seen nothing yet. But this is how we do it, you know?
Well, that was what that guy from Ann did say. It was that you about had to take a half. If you had a big window, take about half of it and then come back over.
Yeah, we couldn't even do that. Out of there, do it, and just work down there, and we spread it out with the blade. And
Well, if you get them all working with the, like that hill and road with the disc.
yeah, I think that's the only way to
That's the
go.
way we've done it for years. Those packers are what helped the most, I think. Get these laid out and kind of mash these things down.
Years ago, we just remember, was you around when we used that old sheep's foot?
Oh yeah.
That worked pretty good.
It did.
But I don't know where it's all out anymore.
We don't either. I don't know what happened to it.
There's one section of it out. That's from North 40.
There was a double section
There
still
was
together.
three. Yeah, there was a double still together.
That's what it
was
was.
a big sheep's foot.
Yeah, with the
Yeah, it disappeared,
long.
part of it. It was up
Back with Dwight.
Milesville, it
Back
was
with
sitting
Dwight
up at Milesville, and area was there where it was sitting, you know, you could tell. But we don't know who took it. I think it's coming on a sale this Wednesday. There's a sheep's foot on it at that produce sale, I think. But I don't need one anyway.
So what else is going on?
Oh, doing FEMA projects, culverts and gravel. Just crushing out here at Ramsey's right now, and then he's gonna go to Mickey's. About it.
Did Billy ever sign his?
I don't think he has, is he? He was gonna have Kim let's look at it. What's that?
Ramsey's have not signed it.
And he signed it the day I talked to him.
He thinks it's tying him in for more than 1 year, but it's not. It's just a yearly.
He's not reading it right.
Yeah.
If you don't sign it the next year, you don't have a contract.
Yeah. It's
right.
But it's for 1 year.
So is that contract here with you?
No.
The one that Mickey's got to sign?
He signed it.
I gave it, Nikki signed it, I gave it to Val for Jerry to sign.
Yeah.
But I have Billy's and I have Shannon.
Not.
They are not coming for it.
Maybe we need to go on a road trip.
Should have it done before you
It has to
crash.
be notarized.
I've talked to Billy 4 times about it. First time I talked to him about it, he said he was selling calves. Come to him sign it. That was a long time ago. Oh, that's where that is. That's about all we've been doing.
So you've got, they are crushing at Ramsey's though?
Do you get a chance to take a look at the culvert out there at Peterson's?
Oh, I don't think I told him about it yet. There's a culvert out at Anita Peterson's.
Anita said they bladed up to where the draw, goes over the road. Then she thought culvert might have a hole in it. I don't know I think that's the only culvert in the road, I think. But
I can look at it.
then another question, like the Grindstone Road, old Tom memory, how fast can people drive on that?
55.
55 is the speed limit.
There where them houses are, west of town.
There's speed signs up there.
I didn't hear you.
5-mile-an-hour speed signs there.
There are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Starting right before Mel Smith's coming this way.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking.
There's 25-mile-an-hour speed limit right there.
Okay. That'd be all I needed, yeah.
We got several of them around. They all work about the same.
And you kind of, like I noticed that coming in from Eads, and I kind of space that off. And when I get about to the sign, and I will make
I
sure.
even do that. I might get away with that. Yeah, I just put that up.
See Carly got a contract.
I try to got for something.
Yeah.
The Slavic place.
Slavic one was no good. You just kind of freewheeling and come off the hill.
And you're right, and it's right at home.
And then you'd holler shit.
Too late.
Yeah.
There's one over by Joe Giddings' daughters that put up. And one by Bill McDaniels, and one up on the Curly Road.
It's built one that's speeding past Giddings. Tussles everybody that goes past his place. And he speeds past Giddings several times a day.
You gotta get down.
Huh?
You gotta get down.
Little spot. Holler too.
Yeah.
I got a thing on the pole. Say Casey kind of wanted out of here. She wants to ask you. I was a tournament that was.
About all I have.
Leaves.
Yeah, just throws him under the bus and then carts himself out.
Do you know where that's at?
No, the only reason I came back up because I figured you guys wanted to see my shining face again. But also, we have mitigation plans in your packet of our 3 upcoming events. One is for the rodeo that is on Sunday in Canoka. One is for the horse show on the 25th of July, scheduled for here at the rodeo grounds. And the other one is for our Achievement Days, August 7th and 8th, to be held, a portion of it at the Legion Hall and a portion of it at the rodeo grounds. The livestock show to be out at the rodeo grounds to give us more space. It means that we don't have to set up our panels and some different things like that to kind of limit some exposure. But basically, I just wanted to make sure that the plans that have been, and they've all been approved through the university, that they do meet the requirements and that it seems appropriate for you guys to have these events in your community. Thumbs up, thumbs down, like, okay.
It's all good. It's good.
All right.
All good.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
And I will get out of your hair.
See.
Did you ever hear the Royer Road called the West Fork Road? She just calls it. Through the,
Anyway,
that's through the pipe yard or the pump station?
pump station.
Yeah, it's the Royer Road. On the West Fork Road. I don't know what the West Fork
Anyway, they're gonna put service in there, Golden West is.
You need a signature then, huh?
Yeah.
I'll bring you back.
And then
TC Energy.
they lost the contract and we finally got it back. They signed it and everything, that excavation, first rate excavation. So we just need that signed and notarized too, so.
And that's for the gravel crushing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can work. So do you want to use any of that 79,000 to crush more gravel, or just let it wait for another time to crush with it, or just use it for culverts or whatever?
I got Dean and Schoenfeld celebrated again.
Did you?
You got what?
Dean Schoenfeld. Over on the
can't believe it hasn't taken the culvert yet.
You fixed it again?
Oh, yeah, lost it all big time.
But you've already fixed it? You cleaned the brick out?
We're getting it cleaned out. He said he dug some stuff out of there, but it was way high. It wasn't plugged in as bad as it was the first time.
Need your
I'm good.
Dondo, your signature on it.
So that's good.
You were, you want
It was on the bottom.
And
What are we, John Henry in?
service to the pump station, Golden West.
I'd so move to approve it.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded for that application. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carried. Everybody.
So you're gonna crush in 3 places, 20,000 each?
Yeah.
There you go, Val.
Okay, and then I need your signature on
100,000 each fund.
this contract for that crushing on the,
$100,000.
with First Rate Excavate.
No, it's,
Royalties and
We,
crushing?
they lost the other one, so I had to
Okay.
send them another one through snail mail and,
Okay.
what was it, 385? Bid for crushing?
Oh, it says.
no, 320, wasn't it? What does it
420.
say up here?
There. It says 420.
$4.20. Oh yeah, 420.
$5.20.
And $1
Royalty.
royalty.
Where'd I get 380?
I don't know. Last year,
I like it. Doesn't think so.
year before that, or something like that.
How much that be? How much you getting in?
20,000 tons.
How many dollars?
520.
520.
That's royalties and crushing.
Oh, the pump.
Yeah, it'd be 100,000.
Yeah, that's what it
That's each
is.
spot.
Oh, that's total.
Yeah, you hired 100,000.
We got 3 spots.
No, for each spot.
Oh,
Yeah, each be 300,000 total.
A little over the royalty and
Yeah, the,
crushing.
is that with the royalty?
It's 520.
That sounds about right. I mean,
So that grant money we
'Cause we
got, that's
chose-
different than what the FEMA is paying out, right? That's different.
That's,
This is just a,
I think that was for our FAS projects. See, they're the ER projects, which FEMA doesn't cover.
oh yeah. FEMA ain't gonna cover the embankments down there on the Bad River Bridge. Cause it's on private property and they don't do anything on private property.
Don't do anything with what?
The embankments on either side of the bridge. Anything out of the county right away. They don't do nothing with it.
so how would they have suggested fixing that?
Trying to get somebody from the Corps of Engineers to get back to me. Ain't have much luck.
Works out pretty good because the bridge never goes right down the river, you know.
but some of it's in the county right away, Jerry.
66 feet.
Yeah, they're not. They would cover that.
What would that equate to, or do you know?
Per dollar value?
60 feet, yeah. So,
Oh,
Well, sure.
It's just,
I mean, like, did you put 400 feet in?
No, we haven't done it yet.
Oh. But what's it gonna run either way?
About 400 feet each way.
Yeah.
that just doesn't make any sense. You're still protecting your
That's what I'd argue.
investment.
That's what I argue. Don't do any good to fix it if you don't fix the rest of it.
because it winded. did that if it wasn't for.
We're farther up there.
Yeah.
Guy from the state suggested get a temporary easement. But you gotta go through the Corps of Engineers, so I've been trying to get a hold of them.
To get a temporary easement so you can.
So you can fix it, keep going
Well, hopefully.
with an easement.
Well, I don't know for sure yet.
It's not really private property then, is it? If a Corps of Engineers
Corps of
owns it.
Engineers controls all the rivers.
On the cross.
Yeah.
Good ditches.
Unless it's eating underneath your house, then it's, well, sorry.
I don't think you get sorry.
Yeah. Could be admitting wrong.
So,
Probably the only thing you could do is what you did under the bridge there, right?
well, don't tell them you did it.
Right.
Instead of permission, forgiveness.
Sure doesn't make sense, does it? But it seems like it's holding good anyway.
It's settled down. If nothing else gets done, we're gonna put some more concrete in there because it dropped about 10, 12 feet.
Did it drop that far? Holy cats.
All that water, and soak
Right.
that dirt up, and that way it shoved it down.
Right.
I was hoping that wouldn't happen.
Yeah. Those pieces are big enough, they're not gonna float down though, are they? They'll just lay down in the.
Especially now, they're
Yeah.
put together good now.
Flint almonds is still on the list.
Yeah, that one and Jerry Nelson's sons.
Oh, yeah.
We're working on these FEMA projects. We did all that. I think we'll tear into them.
So how are the roads holding up that you pulled the filters on after the little rain?
Good. Even that soft crap on the Tumber Road's holding up pretty good.
That bridge is a little rough.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. All of a sudden, soft spots appeared there.
That little bridge by Glenn's?
Yeah.
They were working on it today. He graded it today.
Yeah.
He didn't slow down once, he did the next time.
He smoothed it up today.
Yeah, I know.
It wasn't bad now. It was before he bladed, or Wyatt bladed it the time before. Boy, that was something.
Mm-hmm. 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I went out fishing. It wasn't pretty.
Someone said something to Dwayne about it. He told me, I can't remember who, but anyway, he said he was going over there today this week. You told him.
Yeah, but the rest of it looks pretty good, really.
I can't believe it healed up like that. Well, that wasn't a real bad spot. We dug it out and put some rock in there.
Oh, by the corner.
Where's that at, Jerry?
Oh, just north of section line where you go into for your hand there.
Oh, okay.
It's one place. What it is. Took about 3 foot of mud out of there and put some Ramsey dirty rock in there.
A few more months, you won't have to go over that road much. He's gone.
Will the pipeline, they'll bore underneath, won't they, when they cross through there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right in that.
They're going right through the soft spot.
That's why.
Jeez.
I couldn't believe when we dug that out of there, we actually had hard ground. You know, not hard, but it wasn't soft.
Listen down there.
I heard it was 10 foot deep.
A lot of places where the low spots are, that water set in there, they, like on the Hill Road, over by Crutches and in that area, and it's the same thing as you get those soft spots.
Yeah, about all you had,
I
huh?
don't know.
Easy month.
Is your,
But a lot different than last year, right?
has your partner been mowing any or not? She keeping the weeds down?
Yeah, Rick will go down one day and mow.
Oh, no, your partner.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Some.
That was a question.
I haven't had a little bit.
Hasn't been
Not a
enough
lot.
rain to make a lot of mowing.
Yeah, start a fire.
Yeah, don't start
Yeah,
fire.
don't start a
You
fire.
get Rusty, go over on the golf course, and make a lap or two. That'll catch their attention.
They'd like that mower over there. leaves a rooster
Plant
tail.
the sandburrs.
And make sure you take some of that with you.
So did they give you an update on the pipeline?
Yeah, they said they were gonna start up north anytime.
I just heard it had come to a halt again.
That's what, I heard something on the radio this morning.
And on news.
Sounds
2
like,
nights
sounds like
ago.
they're gonna go from the river to this power station, right? Some station.
It was on the news 2 nights ago. They said it was a major win for the Oglala too.
I think it's for that other oil line.
Oh,
They gotta drain it
That
out.
Dakota
Yep,
Access.
that one. That's the one I got halted.
So I got an email from the guy that, Glenn Taylor, and he said, just this is your notice that we're starting July 14th, PS 18. So that must be what that's about. He didn't explain himself.
Pump station 18.
they're gonna start working on it.
Yeah, yeah.
At the right time.
Signed the plat for the REA to do their thing out there. They said the REA has a lot of work to do.
On that.
Lines.
Pretty intricate.
I don't know if they'll get
everything.
other entities to help them out or just wing it on their own, you know, don't know.
They kind of sounds like they've had their hands full up here at the man camp. Putting in power.
The REA? Huh. I haven't been by there, I don't watch them much, you know.
Well, them backhoes have been swinging for a long time up there, haven't they? 5 or 6 of them.
Making a town.
They've got a whole lot of dirt piles, a lot of getting stuff done. They're not cool what they're doing.
They're all buried now. Man, there's some trenches out there for quite a while.
And they have moved some dirt on that whole field. Man.
That's northeast corner, they took, must be sediment pond for the water runoff. Must be what deep. What's that? Well, there's gotta be one up there somewhere, I would think it'd be there.
The north side.
Yeah.
It was the northwest side, I think. It's gonna be out.
Northwest side. Well, it looks to me like an old,
That is what they're gonna dig a hole about, they purify the water through their big tanks. And then it'll sit there and the air will get some, or looks like somebody around there with a field could utilize quite a bit of water for a while, but I suppose they line it too, I'd imagine, but
years ago, the guy up there at Sturgis was getting water out of the sewer lagoon to irrigate his alfalfa, wasn't EPA put a stop to it.
sure were.
So they had to build another bigger sewer lagoon. Just saving the city some money.
She don't even make sense because you'll spread a lot of shit out.
Yeah. Yeah. Or cows or. How much is those spread out them 2 fields out there east?
Oh my gosh.
That's so deep.
You got any other questions?
Yeah, it looks nice
It looks
too.
better than I thought, but I figured as dry as it is, it just burns right up.
Well, Jerry, if you got anything else,
I don't think so.
We're done.
maybe, think we're down the wire, aren't we, Carla, or is there more?
I have a budget packet in the packet for you to review.
Okay.
You can take it home and you can go back and do a budget meeting if you want to do that.
I think that'd probably be a good idea.
Also, the CPI for next year, isn't it?
The what? CPI.
Well,
What is it?
It is 1.7.
That's all? More than I thought it'd be, I guess.
That's a factor we use for what we can ask for the rest of next year's budget. You can either use it or you can store it.
You can't. Yeah.
You can store it for what, 5 years? 3?
It might be 5,
Kind of so like over taxation, I think. Tax you. Well, no, did you give me the
Put
honors?
that in there?
This is, you want it to be.
The pin to it?
No.
okay.
Then where do you want that on the back, in your backpack?
No, I got it right
Okay.
there. Hang it so I can get a shed of it.
7 today, right?
Fine, so. They crash up at Parsons already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's okay with it, he just, I don't know, I heard he's kind of slipping, so
I think he is a little.
I think he is.
Oh,
I forget. And
I mentioned it to Glenn too. He says, yeah.
so, anyway. But he, every time you talk to him, he's okay with it.
He's got shingles so bad.
He's got shingles?
5 months.
yeah, like
Terrible.
severe.
I think it's already down. I was just looking at him, he looks miserable.
Oh.
I don't think it's very fun.
I was hanging on to it.
Bill Parsons.
Still works like he did. Tough.
Did your dad get them, Steve?
Yeah, not bad.
My dad got them, never seen them, but, and high pain threshold, but golly, got awful touchy and, you know, I think it was his shin and maybe his thigh, you know.
I got them from the back.
You do.
Did.
I've never had the disease.
I had him. It's real mild, but on my back.
Chicken pox, you did it forever.
They didn't hurt
Yeah.
though.
You can get a vaccine.
Mine get that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's a
can.
bad idea, looking at him. Oh,
Mine, the whole family said, Jesus Christ, my back hurts. I said, it's been hurt. She finally pulled my shirt up. She said, well, you got shingles. I'll bet money on it. And we'd come back home from this camp. Got home, and I was not bloody. That's what it is. He gave me some pills.
Well, you're good.
Went away. There's nothing.
Yeah, that's.
Do you do anything? Do you do anything ahead now or just wait till you get them? Yeah.
I just up yesterday, got my shot, my second shot for it, series of 2 shots.
And then you're good for a while?
Yeah, for quite a while now, they just come out with this new shot.
This is what we do for fun after the meetings, is talk about all the fun old stuff that comes along.
can't she just wait? Can't she just wait? It's coming. Quicker than you
I
think.
thought I'd throw it in there while I was still young.
That was quicker than you think.
Oh,
Yes, it does.
Wasn't very long ago, I was 40 years old.
It seemed like 20 that far away.
You don't want to get those shingles in your eyes, that's all I know.
I've heard
That's a
that.
bad deal.
They can go inside too.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
I'm not going to touch that chair.